What we understood to happen was that Dr. Nandipha Magudumana, together with 3 former G4S employees, were meant to be having a bail application, and they were going to be putting forward a formal bail application in a bid to get bail. But we didn't see that happening. We saw all 6 of them appear in the Bloemfontein Magistrate's Court, and essentially what had happened is the state came out to say that they're looking to postpone the matter to a date next week in order to allow them sufficient time to process the bail application, because they are arguing that the amount of accused in this case, there's already 6, is going to take them some time to actually get through the bail application. And we know just one bail application can be quite lengthy. But I think what's the most important thing is, after having gone through the charge sheet, we find that Dr. Nandipha Magudumana and Thabo Bester are not charged with murder anymore. That charge has been withdrawn by the NPA. If you recall, they were initially charged with the murder of the man's body that was burnt and found in Thabo's cell, that was cell 35 at the Mangaung Correctional Facility. And once it came out that this was the body of an individual and not Thabo Bester, an investigation took place, and we found out who that was. That was the body of a man by the name of Bereng. And that charge has been withdrawn. Now, if you recall, on the 17th of April, the charge of murder was withdrawn against Nandipha's father, and that fell away. But according to what we see in the charge sheet, all the accused face about 16 counts pertaining to fraud, defeating the ends of justice, corruption, and interfering with the corpse. But it does not state a murder charge in there. So that's quite interesting. Having gone through the charge sheet, we now know that Dr. Nandipha as well as Thabo Bester are no longer charged with murder. And the NPA didn't actually speak on that today. We didn't have an opportunity to speak to anyone from the NPA. There was no one there that was authorized to speak to the media for us to be able to get an understanding as to why this charge was withdrawn. I've been able to touch base with Katlego's family, and they're gobsmacked. They didn't know that this is the case. They haven't seen the charge sheet. So they only know that the charge of murder was withdrawn against Nandipha's father. So it was quite a shock to them to hear now that there's no murder charge, and they haven't been contacted by the NPA either. So as the case stands right now, the matter was postponed to the 11th and 12th of May for a formal bail application. All 6 accused will be appearing. That's 5 of them are former G4S employees. Teboho Lepolo was a contractor to G4S. He was the CCTV technician, so he didn't work directly for the private security company. But all 5 of them are deemed to have been, in one way or another, employees of G4S. So that 5 will be appearing together with Dr. Nandipha Magudumana on the 11th and 12th of May, that's next week, for a formal bail application. The state and the magistrate was quite clear, because the defense teams representing the accused argued for 3 days for the bail application. They wanted the 10th, 11th, and 12th. But the magistrate was quite stern and said it can be done over 2 days, and he's not going to grant that. So that's where the case stands at the moment. And we know Thabo Bester himself is also going to be appearing next week in the Bloemfontein Magistrate's Court. Oren Singh, Eyewitness News, Bloemfontein.